Las opiniones de los participantes en este programa son de exclusiva responsabilidad de quienes las emiten. Antes de poner en práctica cualquier consejo durante el programa Educación Financiera, asesórese con un experto o hágalo bajo su responsabilidad. Desde Riverside, California, Educación Financiera con Araceli Rosales. Bienvenidos.
Hola, ¿cómo están todos allá afuera? Feliz miércoles. Hoy es un día que de verdad, como decimos, créanme que hay que comer a gusto, hay que vivir feliz. Y hoy tengo una sorpresa porque tengo un invitado muy especial para mí, pero antes, para las primeras personas que nos están viendo, síganos en las redes sociales, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, y recuerden que nos pueden escuchar en podcast y en Spotify. Recuerden que el propósito de mi programa de educación financiera es para brindarles las herramientas y traer personas expertas de diferentes servicios que existen para la comunidad latina. Quiero brindarles esa educación para que tomen ventaja de todos los beneficios. Aquí nosotros los vamos a asesorar qué es lo que pueden hacer con sus finanzas, con su salud, en todos los servicios que ustedes tengan acceso a ello. Pero hoy quiero contarles una historia antes de empezar a presentar a mi invitado especial. Quiero contarles una historia que para mí, créanme que es muy chistosa porque al principio, cuando era muy joven, allá cuando eran los 90s, los 2000, créanme que no entendía mucho esta caricatura, pero me recuerda mucho no sé, todos los que ustedes están viendo, el coyote y el correcaminos. No sé si recuerdan esa caricatura. Todos los que nos están viendo, comenten si se recuerdan y qué significaba en su niñez esa caricatura, porque para mí, créanme que nada, porque no le entendía. Pero ahora que soy más adulta, veo que esa caricatura me enseñó muchísimo y aprendí tanto de este coyote porque él siempre quiso atrapar al correcaminos y nunca lo pudo atrapar. Entonces, ¿qué hizo en esta caricatura? Lo que hace el coyote es que contrata a Sonic. Este Sonic, como es igual de rápido que Correcaminos, créanme que él va y encuentra al Correcaminos y se lo trae como si nada. Entonces, para mí, créanme que en parte de un negocio, emprender en un nuevo negocio, en un nuevo proyecto, cuando las limitaciones al principio son muy, muy pocas, créanme que las personas que me están viendo por primera vez, yo trabajé en un fast food por 14 años. No tuve la oportunidad de ir a la escuela a aprender el inglés porque ya era un adulto cuando llegué al país. Para mí era muy difícil aprender muchas cosas y créanme que entrar en un nuevo proyecto de vida, no solamente para mí, sino para mi familia, mis hijos, créanme que es una oportunidad que me cambió la vida y gracias a este trayecto he conocido grandes personas y aquí está mi Sonic. Les voy a presentar al Sonic del equipo. Él es el fire up del equipo y él solamente habla inglés. Créanme que ha sido algo medio chistoso porque mi inglés a veces es medio quebrado, medio mocho, pero ahí vamos, ahí nos entendemos. Y let me present myself, the fire up on my team, my Sonic. Thank you, Steven. You know that I love you and I really appreciate it how you do for me and the team.
Man, pleasure to be on this podcast. It's such an honor to be a part of the team.
Steven, let's count to the people how we met each other and how you decide to join in this journey and change your life.
Well, I was actually working at a job in corporate America. So I worked for a transportation company and I was getting off work. And my wife's matron of honor, she was telling us about this opportunity about life insurance. Well, of course, I've already had life insurance, and my wife has always been super supportive for her friends. So, we agreed to meet up with you guys, right? And I had a really bad day at work that day, and I almost canceled that appointment. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with anybody. I lost a huge client that day, and all I wanted to do was, drink a couple of beers and just forget about it. My wife's like, no, we made a commitment to do this. They already say that they're coming over. So, you guys came over, and I was, I was pretty much closed-minded. Like, look, I'm just going to listen, and, I'm just going to show them my policy. I already have it, but we're just going to listen just for the support of friend. And then turns out what you showed me and what she showed me and what Oscar Osatuno showed me was that I actually did, my policy was actually hurting me rather than helping me. So, when I saw what you guys were doing for families and educating, I figured, at first, this is just a part-time opportunity. I was still making really good money at my job. So it wasn't something that I really put 100% in. And then when the pandemic hit, I lost my job, I lost that big income. So now it's like, I had to learn this, I did, my wife's depending on me. And, now that we became foster parents, now my son's depending on me. So, knowing that I'm doing it for them and I'm educating families and doing the right thing for people 100% of the time, that's been my main primary focus. And that's why, we have these platforms to educate families and educate people of what we do.
Right, Stephen. And I remember that day because when we started doing this things, remember that we don't know anything about nothing. That's why we have a coaches, and we have mentors, and we have people that train us and supporting us in these journeys. Because the most important thing that we really want to do is educate families. Look, that's the part of the team, Stephen. And I remember Joanna, when the first time when I met Joanna, I was like, Joanna, she's amazing. She has a nice personality. I just want to talk to her. And I like to talk to people, and I talked to her, and she told me, oh no, I know somebody that probably want to do this. And that's why we come to your house and we show you what we're doing. And you say like, for me, you're looking normal. You're looking at like a nice person. I don't know what happened in your mind that day, but look, this is how we growing each other and helping each other. And that's one of those things that I really love about this, Stephen, because I really appreciated how you be commitment in this journey, everything that you put, all the seeds that you put in this, I really love. Y esto es para todas las personas, porque créanme que al principio para mí era muy difícil comunicarme con Steven, pero ahora créanme que creo que he aprendido un poco más inglés. I don't know, what do you think about me, Steven? But I think I'm learning because of you, because you push me to learn. Because the thing that I want is put the fire on the team, helping everybody to grow and do better things. But what is the most part important for you that you decide to quit your job and start this business?
Well, I mean, the main thing is being able to control my own schedule. I mean, I want to be able to spend time with my family and be able to not have to answer to a boss and tell me when I can go see my family. And also being micromanaged. I mean, nobody likes to be micromanaged and being told how to do their job, when to do their job. And it's just not a healthy environment. And if you want the best out of people, you want to find their strengths and build onto their strengths rather than exposing their weaknesses. Because I took a job recently, and going to work, I felt so uncomfortable. Like I couldn't even write an email. I couldn't even write a complete sentence, not having somebody having to correct everything that I do and just nitpick me on everything. And it just creates an unhealthy work environment. And for some people that are okay with that and settle for that, I mean, hey, but if there's another way to do it, into where, yes, I'm going to have to put in the work. Yes, I'm going to have to put in the sacrifice. Yes, I'm going to have to put in the time. But, the thing about fear is you just have to overcome it and realize, people are depending on me. So I have to put that fear aside and just apply everything that I'm learning with the trainings that we have.
Exactly. And another thing, Stephen, that I believe, like you're saying right now, the fear never want to go away. They always want to be part of us. So the thing that we have to do is like get in a bucket or get in like a backpack and put all the fears, all the things that we think that we can grow, and just walk with them because they never want to leave. Even with fear or without, we want to do it. But Steven, for you, you think that a lot of people maybe that hearing us right now, you think that they have to be like motivation before to do something else, or what do you think is that decision that people need to hear? Because some people got stuck in the jobs, or some people they got stuck like in a comfort zone. What do you think for that people, or what is the tip that you can give to somebody else?
Well, I mean, you just hit it right on the nose. I mean, people stick around for something because it's comfortable, right? Like that prevents you from growing. So, like when you work in corporate America, in order to get promoted, you either have to wait for somebody to get promoted or somebody to quit. So it's not like with this opportunity to where you don't have to wait for that. Like the harder you work and as you build your team, you know, you get promoted, you start seeing the compensation and there's no limit. So for people that want that, you know, right away money to where you're getting paid every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, and they see that consistent income, that's what people feel like, okay, that's how life is. But then what the pandemic taught us is that a lot of jobs disappeared. I mean, a lot of big companies like Blockbuster, Sears, you know, even, you know, shoe stores like Aldo, you know, they're cutting down on stores. And you realize, you know, a job is not guaranteed. So now, you know, a lot of people are starting to get into different avenues and how to create that extra stream of income. Because if you don't have that other stream of income when you lose your job, then you're pretty much SOL.
And that is even is one of those the worst habit that most people we have. Get depending on only one job. And we see the impact that you're saying that this pandemic passing the almost more than a year. A
Yeah.
lot of people lose their jobs, and we feel sometimes we really comfortable in the jobs that we have, and we believe, oh, I want to be here because I'm a manager or I'm a supervisor, or because I have like 20 years working already and nobody wanna tell me like get away from my job. No. So that's why people got stuck in the jobs. And I believe, Steven, I don't know if you think in the same way, but the mentality, the education that we have in the mind. What do you think about that, Steven?
Well, and this goes back to like how we were taught. You know, we were taught to go to school to get good grades. So when we get good grades, we get into a good college. We get into a good college, you get a degree, and the degree teaches us to get a good job. Now, I have a master's degree, and it took me about 5 years to finally get my start in corporate America. I was actually working in a grocery store. I was a seafood supervisor. I worked overnight. And, you know, once I made a mistake in management over there, they were quick to take my position once I would make mistakes. And, you know, and it's like they don't allow you to grow. They don't allow you to make mistakes. Like you have to get it right the first time. And, you know, for in business, you can mess it up like 10, 15, 20 times. And you're probably going to mess it up 100 times. But when you finally get it right, you can actually learn all the lessons. You learn what you did wrong and you're growing from it. So, you know, to kind of answer your question, it's just, you know, how we were taught. And, you know, from our older generation, you know, that's how they were taught. So what are they going to do? They're going to teach us that. And then it's going to continue on and on and on. And for people like you and I trying to change that mold for our children, we're trying to show them that you don't have to go that direction. You know, you can go this direction. You know, this is why we're working hard. We're building, we're getting up early, going to bed late, so that, you know, they have the opportunities to be able to be their own boss, to be able to create something, or even if I want to pass it on to him, you know, I can do that.
And that's one of those things that I really love about getting your own business or working for your own business, because you're working for somebody else all the time. And I really be grateful because I have this opportunity, Stephen, because if I don't have this chance, believe me, I want to still working in the fast food for another, I don't know, like 10 years, 20 years. And sometimes they have to take courage and say, you know what, I don't know nothing. Even I don't know the language. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I want to take the risk and I just want to do it.
And I don't really count it as risk. I mean, you're taking a chance, like you're believing in yourself. And, you know, when you're saying you're a risk, you're thinking of a loss already. Like, you know, it's just like, it's just like when you put some, like, let's say you put some money in the stock market, right? Like if you're putting money into one company, you're putting all your eggs and baskets into one company, hoping that they would succeed. But if you say, hey, like, I believe that this company is going to do amazing, I'm putting myself into it and I put 100% in, then you're investing into yourself, right? So, I mean, at least that's what I've learned, the difference between risk and investing. So I'm investing into myself and I'm believing in myself that this is going to work. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. Some months are going to be great. Other months are going to tank. But the thing is, every month you're growing. And as long as you track your growth and you stay organized and you have a mentor and a guide that helps you through these things, there's no reason why you can lose.
And that's why when that happened, Stephen, that answer right happened when you change your mentality. Because before I was saying it was like a risk. Now, like I learning because that we have our coaches, we have our mentors. Now we don't say the risk. Now we say is investing in yourself. Because every day, even if you don't see it, your nails grow, your hair grow. So if you do something every day, like read, like you saying, do an exercise, wake up early, go to bed in the nighttime, you're growing yourself. And imagine me how I feel sometimes, like before, I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know nothing about insurance. I don't know anything about investments. And now we're talking with you guys, with men around all the company, we're talking the same language. I be an amazing, amazing journey for me. And that's one of those things that I love working with everybody, because this is not like a regular job. And tell me how do you feel, Stephen, working in this environment?
Man, it's amazing. You're around like-minded people. I mean, the vibe is positive. I mean, and it's crazy because since I started this environment, a lot of things changed. Like as far as the people I talk to, the type of conversations I have, like I'm always thinking, moving forward and being positive rather than, worrying about what's celebrity or what's the latest song. Now it's like, hey, I read John Maxwell. Hey, I read, Art Williams, and I'm reading this book called was it Things to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So a lot of times when you say like positive things to yourself, you start thinking positive, then your outcome comes positive. And when you see my Facebook page, I'm always posting positive messages rather than, hey, I tied my shoe today, or hey, I just bought a new pair of shoes. And I would still get the same responses, but I'd rather pour onto people and bring that positive energy to them. And maybe I'm not going to get as many likes, but have been getting messages saying, hey, like I appreciate you saying that today, and maybe I needed to hear that. So yeah, it just changes your whole mindset in just the way you approach life.
I agree with you, Stephen, because sometimes people think like I want to post something and we waiting for the likes, and sometimes they don't comment. Nobody see your page and nobody give you the like, but somebody look at you, somebody doing something, and that's the more important thing, that you got somebody to inspire to do something in life, or at least just one day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and ultimately that's the goal. I mean, I want people to, feel what I'm going through. I mean, and are there days where I'm down and I'm sad? Absolutely. But I know when I feel that way, I can always go to my parents, I can go to my wife, I can go to you, I can go to my mentors. Like I have a great support system to help me get through. I mean, even when I made the decision to walk out my job, I mean, I talked to you, I talked to my parents, I talked to my wife, talked to my mentors. And, and when you have people that believe in you, and make you feel good about yourself, you're gonna feel better about that decision. Because I mean, when you talk to someone that has a job that never wants to move forward in their life, and feels like this is the best that they can do, of course they're gonna tell you, hey, stay in that job, just deal with it. You're not going to get anything better. And when you listen to that kind of talk, you're going to be that person. So if you surround yourself with more positive people, you're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to say, hey, I can do this. And you're just going to go ahead and just do it.
Right. And right here, we're getting a comment to Steven and Max. He say, hi, and congratulations, Steven, to maybe taking that decision. Congratulations to be somebody like they want to do the business for their family, because this is not like a regular job that we want to work in 40 days. Because we young, Steven, we young, and we waiting for the retirement plan that this government has. We have to be working like 40 plus years.
Yeah.
And you want to take that chance. You want to take that means risk. You want to take that risk working 40 more years? I don't think so. And my part.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, and then like with the principles that we have, we show families to where if you invest your money in the right avenues, you don't have to wait 40 years to build that wealth. You can do that even half or even a third of the time, depending on how aggressive you invest. I mean, again, that's something else, another topic. But, I just feel that it's all like when it comes down to is education. We were educated a certain way, to think a certain way, to do things a certain way. And then, when people hear this opportunity and the way that we approach it to them, they're more like, well, I don't understand, or, I need more info, or they think that, oh, I need to do my research. And, for those people, it's not that, it just doesn't make sense to them because it's not how they were taught. So it just kind of like shocks them a little bit. So, and, just kind of explaining it to them, like, my heart and, what made me decide to go down this road, and, to be able to have more time. And I'm home right now, like, my son's asleep, and my wife, she's, hanging out, and she's also has her brand that she's doing as well. And we're both working from home. I mean, I'm not having to sit in traffic. I'm not having to put gas in the car. I mean, I'm not putting miles on my car. I'm literally at home doing this. And this is the blessing that we have with this opportunity. You can do this from your home. Like, I'm literally doing this podcast with my cell phone, and my computer and an iPad. And literally you can be a professional having those tools. I mean, to know that I can do that and just a small investment, like, come on now. And I have an opportunity to educate people and put them in the right position to be successful financially. I mean, come on now. And I get to work with people that I want to work with, and people that I get along with. And I don't have to be with someone that's negative. And if I don't want to work with them, I can just say, hey, you know what? Look, I wish you well, but this is not working. I can, move on to people that want to grow, want to win. So this right here, this platform right here, and I'm getting like super fired up right now, but like this right here gives families the ability to do this. I mean, why not do this? Why not? I mean, the worst is going to happen is, you're going to be educated.
That's the key about this journey, Steven, because if you don't want to do this for like a business or grow your business, at least you get educated yourself. At least you want to have a good retirement plan, and you want to learn how to invest your money, knowing banks and investment.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
And another thing that Steven, that happened to me, to be honest, if I don't change my life like 2 years ago, I want to be doing the same thing like you saying, because our family or Latinos family, we always our parents, they tell us, go to school, do like some career, and get or have a great job, and you want to be in that job for like 40 or 50 years. But looking now, Steven, with this pandemic that happened, a lot of people, like professional people, lose the jobs because a lot of big I don't know how to say it, but a lot of big stores or big companies, they close because they go to the bankruptcy.
Yep. And and it goes, and actually I was in a training yesterday, And I was listening to what Tony Daniels was saying about, Amazon, and how a lot of stores closed down because of Amazon, because Amazon figured out a better way to distribute products without people having to go to the stores. It's just like how many Amazon stores do you see when you're driving?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
None. There are no retail Amazon stores, right? But yet they make more money than Walmart. They make more money than Target. They make more money than all the retail industries combined, because they figured out a way to distribute products to people, just delivering it to their houses. I mean, and it got even bigger since the pandemic. So to know that a lot of these stores that we grew up going to, like I mentioned, Blockbuster, Sears, Kmart, a lot of these stores that, even Payless, a lot of big stores that we known, to get shoes and to get products, they all disappeared. I mean, and that's kind of like with the whole thing with Netflix, when Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix and decided not to do it. Guess what happened to Blockbuster?
Disappeared.
They disappeared because Netflix took over. I mean, think about it. Why pay $6 to rent one movie when you can pay $6 and watch as many movies as you want for the month?
And that's the opportunity that sometimes we have in our hands, Stephen, and we don't take it because the fear.
It's fear. Absolutely. And, and it's just like everybody has an excuse as to why they don't want to do it. But when you really think about it, like, all I'm doing is I'm educating you. All I'm doing is I'm showing you an opportunity, like what you can do for your family, how you can spend more time with them. Yes, you're going to have to put in a little extra work for a short period of time. But once you accomplish your goals and once you accomplish what you truly want, I mean, we see it in our company. I mean, we see it in our mentor. Like, he's in a position in his life where he doesn't have to work. Like, he can literally just chill all day if he wanted to. But this man will pour knowledge to us because he wants us to be where he's at, and to get that type of coaching and get it for free included with, us investing into our business. I mean, what other company, what other opportunity is going to do that, to where, you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get mentored by a life coach? When a lot of celebrities do that, they spend thousands of dollars to get mentored, and we're getting that kind of mentorship for free.
Exactly. And sometimes, Stephen, because we don't have that right mentality, we thinking like, oh, this is something that maybe I want to lose something. No, we don't want to lose anything. Well, yes, we want to lose something. I don't know how to say, pero la ignorancia, Stephen. I don't know if you understand me. What is that, ignorancia? Pero para nosotros como latinos, Stephen, es una parte que hemos estado estancados durante años. And it is time to change, and it is time to do something different, because our kids is the future. And what kind of future we want to have for our kids?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And, because I know, and, I talked to your son, and your son is like really involved in the business, and he's 10 years old. I mean, and I remember my dad starting his business, and I was about 12. And my dad said, hey, son, because I was really big into art at the time. He said, hey, son, can you draw me my logo? And I'm like, yeah, I want to draw the logo. Like, I was excited, like I was a part of it, right? And when you see, your parents, building something, it's like, oh man, like I want to build something too. And then, like, I actually had this conversation with my dad, and the difference between my dad being an entrepreneur and working for somebody, I actually have a better relationship with my dad now than when he was working at the trash company for over 20 years, working 12 hours a day and coming home grumpy, right? Like, I didn't want to be around him. Like, he had a bad day at work. So, yeah, I might give him a hug, and then he goes right back to sleep because, I get it. But then when he started working for himself, the conversations got better because now, he's calmer. Now he's happier. Now he's doing things that he enjoys instead of, trying to build somebody else's company and getting yelled at and getting beat up for, nonsense, or just because, they feel that they have power over you. And once an employer has a power over you, there's no turning back once they have that power and that control. And the only way you take back that control is if you just leave, because you can, do the whole HR thing, and you can, file sexual harassment. And of course, with the trainings, they tell you you can't, the word I'm looking for is you can't retaliate, but they're gonna find ways to sneak it in, because they're gonna retaliate, because once you put people in a position to where they get in trouble, now it gets kind of heated, and now you're like, okay, well, now it's not a comfortable environment for you, because yeah, you might have told on them, but now it's going to be even more uncomfortable, because people are mean. People are really mean. Like when you get them in trouble, the whole like, oh, I was just playing with you. Now they give you dirty looks. Now they talk behind your back. And now it just gets really, really weird. And the only way to get through that situation, sometimes you just gotta walk away. It's not worth it. It's not worth that type of pressure in a job. And building a business, you don't have to worry about that.
And especially in our business, Stephen, I really love, because in this business, when you have this amazing opportunity in your hands, nobody want to put the finger on you. Nobody want to tell you, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Even better, they tell you, they congratulate. How many times in a corporate America we feel appreciated in the jobs?
To be honest with you, because when I was a logistics consultant, I actually got top sales, and the only thing that they sent me was like a little paper thing saying good job, and then I got $1,000 raise, right? And I made the company about $50,000 within that span, right? And this was just driving to LA, driving through traffic, sitting in the hot sun, and talking to all these people, built, setting up negotiation and deals, all that for $1,000 and a piece of paper saying congratulations. And here, when you get promoted, it's just like the whole team just makes you feel like you're a king. I mean, prior to COVID, I went to my first fast start, and when I got my first promotion, and I also passed my test, and it was amazing to have my whole family see me walk across that stage like as if I graduated from high school, graduated from college. It felt great. I got a nice blazer, and my wife looked nice. My parents were there. My close friends were there, and it was just amazing to share that moment. I can't wait when all this pandemic stuff is over, we can get back to that, and just to like feel that, and it's just like, I want to continue to feel that way. And the way you do that is you doing the right thing for people, and sharing the message in platforms like this, and having Max over here, sending props. I appreciate that, man. And yeah, this is where we're at. So.
And I want to take back a little bit, Stephen, because you're saying some beautiful things about kids. And that's one of those things that I really love, because I believe and I know for sure the kids are the future for this world. And how we want to help the kids doing different. And all we making a lot of mistakes, maybe our parents or grandpas making mistakes. But now we have the opportunity to change. And a lot of Latino people, Stephen, that we come in this country, we supposed to be coming to make the dreams come true. But sometimes because we don't speak the language, maybe because we don't have the right papers, we feel like we can do this. We don't have to do this. But wrong thinking. We have the opportunity and we have the chance, because we protect people even with IT numbers, and we make you help you to do like a retirement plan even with IT number. That's one of those things that are really important, the people having the right IT number, do the right taxes, and you can get a great, amazing retirement plan. And you want to have one of those, because if you don't have the social security, really sad, you never want to see retirement plan in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love what our organization does for our people. I mean, it's the same thing with the African American community. I mean, it's just a lot of people just do not know how to manage money, especially like professional athletes. Like, you know, as soon as a professional athlete gets their advance, like the first thing you see them buy is a Mercedes or an Escalade. And then they go ahead and buy a house. And then they figure, oh, let me go buy my mom a house. But then, you know, a month later, they're broke. Rather, I mean, it's natural. Like when you get some money, like this is just comes down to like how we were taught. You know, as soon as we get a big purchase, oh man, like I got to get this car. You know, I got to get this watch. I got to get like bling. You know, I got to look great. And then when you realize the next month, you know, you don't have any money. You're like, okay, so you got this car, and then you know you got this house. Hopefully, you paid cash for it, because if you got a mortgage payment, you're out your house.
But you know what, Steven, I believe that we have almost the same education, because always when I sit down with Latino people, I said this, si nosotros como latinos nos ganáramos la lotería, vamos a irnos bajito, unos $100,000 que nos ganemos, Steven, nosotros como latinos vamos y decimos, no, pues la Tundra del año, la Chevy del año, o las vacaciones, Cancún, allá te voy, Hawái, y en 3-4 meses no tenemos dinero y volvemos a regresar a lo mismo donde estábamos hace 3 meses.
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't know if you understand, Steven, but that happened with us.
Wow, that is crazy. I mean, just like you do all these vacations, and 3 months later you're broke.
Exactly.
Yep, I understood that. Yep, I mean, I understand the 3 semesters, and I understood the Hawaii. Like, I mean, I'm working on my Spanish. That's one thing that I've really been improving on. So I was like, man, I actually understood most of that. That's pretty impressive.
And that's one of those really things that I really love about working with you guys, because if I have my clients that speak English, I have people in my team that speak English. Like if you have people that speak Spanish, then you have me, and we help each other, and we helping growing each other in this journey that we have in our hands, Steven.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And I love that opportunity for that. And I mean, it's all about playing team. I mean, it's, you know, yeah, you know, we're still trying to, you know, be able to feed our families, but, you know, it's kind of like, let me ask you this. I mean, Shelly, would you take 100% of nothing or 50% of something?
50% of something.
Right? Because, hey, at least, you know, you're able to feed your family. And, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I got to do this on my own. And when you don't really know what you're doing, it's like, okay, you know, you could have, you know, you have the products, you have the training, but sometimes if you have somebody that's a little bit more experienced, you know, hey, you know, put your ego aside, say, hey, I need help. You know, at least you're able to make half of it, you know what I mean? And that's what we play team, and we help each other out. And that's what I love about this environment. I mean, I can call somebody like Johnny Palmer if I'm trying to recruit a real estate agent, because, you know, he was in real estate, and I can ask him like, hey, bro, what convinced you to, you know, take on this opportunity, and you're really successful in real estate? And, you know, and he would tell me like, okay, well, you know, I was talking to Coach Mario, and Coach Mario asked me like, you know, yeah, I can continue to sell houses, but are you able to have money, you know, being brought? Are you able to create what's called residual income every month in real estate? And they're like, no, you have to continue to sell houses unless you're the broker. But, you know, in this opportunity, you have the ability to do that. Like, and that's what I mentioned earlier about Coach Mario. And, you know, he's in a position in his life, like money is coming into him for the rest of his life. Like he built that. Like it took him 10 to 15 years. You know, he started young. No, I mean, it doesn't matter where you start, it's how you finish. But, you know, it's super important to understand that you have a team of people that have had different industries, and ask them like what motivated them, what got them to see the opportunity. And then you can kind of relay that same message to the type of people you're trying to attract, whether it's real estate, rather somebody that does credit, that does taxes, you know, and you learn how to approach those people. I mean, it's an amazing thing to, like, you know, show them that there's another way, and you don't have to quit your current job to be able to do this business, and you can slowly get into it. You can slowly make that decision and that transfer. Or like me, when I was just like completely tired of it, and just said, hey, I'm just gonna go all in and just give it everything I got.
And that's one of those things that I love about this, Stephen, because we have the chance to start part-time. We learn, we learn the business, we try to understand everything. When we feel that we're ready to quit our job, then you have to be full-time in this career. But this is not like a business, like this is not like a job, this is a career, Stephen. I put an example myself because I don't have the chance to go to college or do something else because I don't really understand when I was 19 years old. When I was 19, I only started working in the fast food and I said, oh my God, I getting paid every 2 weeks. And this $600 and that time, it was like a lot for me. And I just decided to do the same thing for 14 years. And I was thinking, what happened with my dreams that I had it before? I want to do something in my life. And now, if I don't change or I don't do something else different, I want to be the same thing. And thanks God that this opportunity passing and my window and drive through and then change me, Stephen, because now if I have the dream like 10 years before, now I can start my new dream again. And for sure I know they want to change my life. If I change my life, they be able to change my kids and my family's life.
Absolutely. And I love that it makes you feel like a kid again when you dream. Like I was actually on a walk with Coach Oscar and Jimmy Carlone, the superstar. I mean, this guy is amazing, like doing big things in a company. And and we went on a walk, and they were giving me a lot of great nuggets and a lot of great advice. But the one thing that that we were talking about, we were dreaming about what we wanted to do for our family. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do was be able to, build a dream house to where, I have houses around to where, my parents are getting older, my in-laws are getting older, and to be able to put them in a position to where, hey, we have a couple acres, build a couple houses on there. We have our main house. So if something were to happen, we can be close to them, but then yet far away to where like, they got to do golf carts to the house. I mean, but we're just dreaming. But, to realize you have a dream, before that, you couldn't dream like that, because when you're working in corporate America, like you'd be happy if you live in a track home, and you'd be happy if you can lease a Mercedes, and just to feel better about yourself. And as in this opportunity here, we show you how to live under your means, so you're able to buy your dream car cash. You're able to buy big items cash and not having to worry about putting everything on credit. And one of the things that I've learned is to keep my expenses low, to where I'm not, having a bunch of unnecessary expenses, unnecessary credit cards. If I don't have the money for it, then I don't need it. And it teaches how to manage our money and be able to invest. So when the future comes, and not only am I setting it up for myself, I'm setting it up for my kids, for their kids and for their kids. And what we call it is generational wealth. And that's what we want to teach families, as opposed to putting them in a position to where, the wealth train stops when that person passes away.
And another thing is, Steven, a lot of people see us right now and in the life, or maybe they want to see the video later on in YouTube or Twitter. But a lot of people think that getting rich or getting like financial independent is easy. Nothing in life
No.
is easy. They want to take a lot of sacrifices and in time, because this is not like a regular job that we work in 40 hours of the week and we get paid. So a lot, if you guys see a lot of business owners, that big companies at the beginning, they don't have nothing. A lot of business, they go to the background, see they don't have nothing. But one of those things that they continue, they don't quit because they know where they're going. If you have a dream, just keep going, keep pushing. One day, we never know. We never know. They happen tomorrow, they happen today, or they happen next week. But we wanna find our diamonds right there. But it's not easy. to be honest, nothing working with us is not easy. They want to take a lot of sacrifices, a lot of chance, but if it's going to be worth it in the end, of course, yes. Because like Steven said, or Coach Mario and Franny Arison, just look at the pages, look at and Instagram, look at the life that they have. But they taking sacrifices, they work hard. Yes, they do. And we try to do the same thing. We want to do the same thing because we want to be somebody and we want to help our people, our community, Stephen, because I don't know, I don't want to say me, I don't want to be mean or racist, but a lot of white people, they have the best. They have everything. And we see young guys driving the nice cars, and we like as a Latino, we thinking, oh my God, where they working or what they do? Because we don't know, because we working hard and we never have the money to buy nothing.
And I'm actually, and it's crazy because you said something and it just like clicked for me, right? So I actually was watching something on Instagram, and actually they had like all these guys driving these fancy cars. And one person went up and asked these people, hey, so what do you do? Right? A lot of people will see that, but then they would never go up and say, hey, what do you do? How did you get there? How did you get that car? And if you don't ask those questions, you just won't know. You're always going to envy them because they have those cars. Like, oh, you know, they got lucky or they came from wealth. I mean, because when you brought up that comment, I was like, well, I kind of have to disagree with you because, you know, they had a mentor, they had a guide. Like they didn't get there on their own. And I remember I went to a seminar years ago where the guy said he was self-made, and I kind of scratched my head a little bit. And I said, well, nobody is self-made. Nobody is self-taught. Like you either read books, you've either saw it on TV, either you heard it from somebody, but nobody wakes up and says, hey, I'm going to be successful today. No. I mean, if you want to be successful today, then there's a process, there's a method. And, you know, and I was listening to on the morning calls, you know, with Moy Estevez, guy's an amazing person, you know, came from Oaxaca, Mexico, and, you know, came to this country, and just like listening to his story, just an amazing person. I wanted to shout him out for that. But he was saying that you have to have a plan of attack as to what you're going to do. And he was mentioning about 40 days. And you realize 40 days is what was said in the Bible. You know, Moses parted the sea for 40 days, had, you know, two of each animal. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit religious in the Bible because I grew up religious, but you know, 40 days and 40 nights, you know, that's what stuck to him, right? So you focus on the number 40. So you know that you have 40 days to get, you know, certain things done. Rather is, hey, you know, I want to get my securities license. I got 40 days to study for that. And you plan for that. Hey, you know, you want to get to your next promotion. Okay, I got 40 days to do that. So you have a strategy and a plan to get there, right? So you know what I mean? It's like, you know, we could put race involved, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's you. Like, you have to ask those questions, you know, and people are just afraid to ask those questions because they're afraid that, well, you know, they're not going to tell me. Who knows? They might be like, hey, I might be looking for somebody. I might be looking to mentor somebody. You never know. I mean, even if they say, oh, I do Forex, or hey, I do real estate, or I do financial services, at least you know. And then you can say, well, okay, so how do I get into that, right? And, you know, some people tell you, some people won't. And you just learn about people. But the ones, like, if you were to go to Coach Mario and he's driving his Rolls Royce, that guy will tell you in a heartbeat, like, yeah, this is what I do, you know? And he like, yeah, this is what I do. And then you'll talk to, and I got another buddy that's the multimillionaire, and I would ask him, and he just blows me off because, you know, that's just how some people are. Some people want to share the wealth and some people don't, but you won't know that until you ask. So you can say, you know, I don't want to, you know, again, say that, but people just don't ask. That's just what it is.
And you know what, Steven, you remind me some the bad habits that we have. One of those, the worst habits that we have is, if you be around you are, what did they say? I don't really remember, but they said something about looking to fight people into your friendships. Who is that kind of people? Like 5 friends. If
Yeah.
you be together with that kind of friends, you want to be the six people to be the same. So
Yes.
just for a lot of people that seeing us and they wanna hearing us and podcast and or Spotify, if you are around to five people that only like to spend money every Friday night club, weekends like drinking beers, wasting money, taking vacations, you want to be the sixth person to do the same thing. But if you're looking to be around a positive people that help you to grow like personal and your business, if you want to be with somebody, they want to help each other, they want to teach you, they want to coach you, and they want to train you to do better in life, you want to be the sixth person. So this is one of those things that I really love, Stephen, because before, just imagine working in fast food place.
Yeah.
Now when I change my life complete with you, with all the coaches, with all the mentors that we have, I feel different.
Wow.
And
That's
that's
amazing.
what changed my life. Even if we don't, because like I said at the beginning, when you start a business, probably you don't make money, but they change you. And the money is energy, attraction. You want to try the money when you're ready. A lot of people may be thinking, oh, it's because if I want to start doing a business, I have to put a lot of money. No, you don't have to put money. The only thing that you have to put is time and believe in yourself and say, you know what, I want to do this. And that's what kind of people we're looking at, Stephen. And because this month is going to be our month to shine. This month, you have to be promoted, our team will have to be promoted, and we're looking for that kind of people, motivated, positive people. They want to change their life, and we want to help them to grow at the same way we grow. Or what do you think about that, people? Steven, tell the people that you need in our team and the people that you're ready to train.
Oh, absolutely. So, like you just said, I'm looking for people that are looking to make a change in their lives, that want to educate, that are coachable, and people that are just ready to just do something different, right? Like I feel like in this business, at least being here for a year, I've learned pretty much everything that I've done wrong, right? Like when I first started and I would recruit people, I would tell them, yeah, you can make a lot of money here, and you can, but one thing that I never told them was like, hey, well, by the way, you need to join trainings. By the way, you need to be coachable. By the way, you have to continue to practice, and you're going to have to put in the work. So I'm looking for people that want to work. And if you really want to go somewhere in your life, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. And, when you tell me like, hey, I work 40 hours, okay, great. But that's only 8 hours a day, right? I mean, I'm not asking you to do 8 hours a day, but hey, like we can sit down with a family a week, a family, 2, 3 families a week, take a couple of hours of your time. And you will notice that even spending that couple of hours, you'll get way more value out of that than working 8 hours in a job building somebody else's dream. Right. Once I understood that, I was like, man, I should have done this, a long time ago, because Primerica came to me in 2006 when I was in college. And I didn't see it back then. I was closed minded. Like my focus was just finishing college. My focus was what my parents told me. And anything else that came in, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. And, it came back to me again in 2014. And same thing, like I was focused on finishing up. I just finished up my master's degree. I was focused on what I wanted to do. And then when 2019 came and I met you and Oscar, it just made more sense to me. So, sometimes, when opportunity, like, it's like I always say that the opportunity, you know, comes to you rather than you look for the opportunity, because, it just comes to you in a natural conversation by how you carry yourself. And, and it's not for everybody. It's not like it's for everybody, but it's not for everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and we're looking for those people that are mentally tough, that understand that you're gonna have hard times, but the compensation is amazing when you help a family. Like you get compensated really, really well. You get paid more than doctors and lawyers, with just 1 hour of your time, basically for all the no's and all the rejections and everything you go through, when you finally get that yes, you're like, oh man, it's definitely worth it getting all these no's. Because not everybody's going to buy from you. Not everybody's going to want to join your business. Not everybody's going to want to do it. And that's okay. But at least you learn that. And even through the no's, you learn from it. And I know I was talking to my coach this morning about some of the experiences that I had, and he was able to help me through it. So I know the next time I go and have a similar situation, I have that ammo. I know exactly what to say. I know how to overcome that. And I'm looking for those type of people where you're just open to learn. It's all about learning. So I want people that want to learn, people that want to work hard, people that have great attitudes and just very positive, and someone that's just open, right? Someone that's open-minded. And that's what I'm looking for. And I feel like through all the leaders that I've seen in this company, and I've seen those traits, and that's what they all have in common, that's what I feel is going to be a successful candidate for our business.
And one thing is even that some people, they don't like, voy a decirlo en español, Steven, porque me gustó mucho lo que dijiste y yo lo puedo decir de este modo. Muchos de nosotros escuchamos las campanas de la iglesia. Cuando se va a dar una misa allá en nuestros pueblos, en nuestro México, las personas siempre, cuando iba a haber una misa, todos escuchábamos las campanas de la iglesia, todos. Casi no era nadie que no pudiera escucharlo. Pero, ¿cuántas personas se acercaban a la iglesia? Muy poquitos, porque todos pueden escuchar una oportunidad de negocio, pero muy pocos van a ser los que se acercan. It's something like that, Stephen, like the bells that they ring in the church, the village hear the rings and the bell, but just zero people, they come in the church. But everybody hear it, so this opportunity is the same thing. A lot of people, maybe they can be interested to be business owner, or people, they want to be just a client. And in any way, you want to change your life. Because remember, we are representatives that we want to help you to protect your present right now with the life insurance. And we want to be the people that we want to help to protect your future, because we want to help you with the plan that you want to invest money. Not a lot of money, with only $25, $50 a month, you can grow your retirement plan. Is your time, your opportunity, if you want to do it today, or you want to do when? 10 years later? You don't want to have more time. You remember, the more older you get, the less time that you have to put more money. So now the people that can see us, they want to take the opportunity to do something else for your life. Because Steven, what are the things that we lose when sometimes when we sit down with people and they don't understand the concept or the gift that we give it to them? The only thing that we lose probably is the commission that we want to get paid. That's it. But we can have that with another client or another client. But what do you lose? You lose the opportunity to change your life.
Well spoken. And like I was mentioning earlier, it's all about educating. All you're doing is you're educating people. What they do with that education is on them. It's just like the old term, like you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And, I've had clients where the same thing, like I would tell them that, and, for some reason it doesn't make sense, and that's okay. It's not going to make sense to everybody, but all you can do is do your part and preach the crusade of what our company is all about, and have the right message behind it. So that's where you hit it right on the nose.
And that's, Stephen, one of those things that I really love working with this company, because and the proposal on my program is that word that you're saying right now, Stephen, educating people. When you got the education, we take the better decisions. that's why is the purpose on my program, helping the people, because a lot of people, if you want to do investment or something, you go to the bank and everybody explain it to you maybe in English. If you don't speak English, you don't want to understand and you want to walk away and say, no, I don't want it because I don't understand. But that's why my program got created, Stephen, because I want to impact the Latino people, because I'm Latina and I want to help my people. Because if I don't take the courage to help my people, anybody want to come and help them? Nobody.
Absolutely. I agree.
So Stephen, I wanna ask at the production, they can if we can see one more time this video for the office in Riverside, because we are in Riverside, and I want to give a time to the production to show this video, because I don't say that before, but we given interviews with people, they want to do the change the life and they want to know more about the business. We do interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Contact us if you're interested to change your life, if you want to learn the concepts, the things that we want to teach you. And we really appreciated your messages. You have we want to put all your information, Stephen, because the people that feel comfortable getting the info and the language and English, they want to contact you. And the people they feel comfortable in Spanish, you know me, and I want to need help with a lot of people to do this, because we want to help a lot of people, Stephen.
Absolutely. Definitely agree.
But let's see if the production has the video, because I really love this video and I got so excited. And like you saying, Stephen, I wanna come back to the office, and I really wanna do this again.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is gonna be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got a lot going on, kid.
Oh, what, my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself, and this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay? This is only gonna end up bad for you, and it's gonna end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
That's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm going to be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother.
So even a lot of people see us right now. So if you want to be the person that want to help and change your life forever, call us, give us our message, follow us on our pages on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, because we want to help you to grow. And thank you, Stephen, so much for taking this time for your baby. I know you're at home and the baby, maybe they want to wake up right now like so fired up because we are like that. And thank you so much, Stephen. See you soon in the office, or I see you soon. And I really thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And you know that you're my Sonic, you're the fire on my team, and we want to help you to go to the next promotion and help you to grow, that you don't want to have an idea.
Hey, feelings mutual. It's such an honor to be here. And you know, when I move up, you know, you move up as well. So I mean, my goal is to get you to the next level, and I'll do whatever it takes to get you there. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right, God bless.
Same to you. God bless you.
All right. Wow, that was dope.
What do you think?
That was dope. I loved it. It was just natural. It felt right, and you know, we put our hearts out there, and that's awesome.
Stephen, and we have to take advantage of this program. So
yes.